a 12,000-year-old creature with razor-sharp fangs, a skeleton assembled from 5 different people across thousands of years, bodies that vanished, only to reappear centuries later in the most unexpected places.
Archaeologists in the Czech Republic say they have unearthed the remains of what could be the world's oldest known gay caveman.
What I'm about to show you isn't fiction. These are real discoveries that left scientists speechless. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about our past. The merman fossil that rewrote history, Yugoslavia, 1991. Scientists excavating along the Croatian coast uncover something that should only exist in fairy tales. A perfectly preserved fossil, half human, half fish. But forget Disney's beautiful mermaids. This creature was a nightmare. From the waist up, it looked almost human with powerful arms and a developed head, but those arms had razor-sharp claws. The jaw was built like a bear trap, designed to rip flesh apart, with rows of serrated fangs anchored deep into bone. This wasn't a delicate sea princess. This was an apex predator that ruled the oceans 12,000 years ago. Scientists believe this 5'3" female merman died during an underwater landslide and was encased in limestone, preserving every terrifying detail. What fascinates researchers most is that mermaid legends exist on every continent. Were they all based on real encounters with these ocean predators? The fossil suggests there may have been multiple species scattered across the world's oceans. Reality, it turns out, is far stranger than any fairy tale. The skeleton that defied time itself. Belgium, 2024. Archaeologists excavating a Roman cremation cemetery find a skeleton buried in the fetal position. Already unusual, but when they carbon date the bones, their blood runs cold. The skull belongs to a Roman woman from the 3rd century AD. The bones in the fetal position, 7,000 years older, from the Neolithic era. The remaining fragments from 3 other people who lived at completely different points in history. Someone deliberately assembled a person who never existed. Dr. Barbara Vasella's team ran every test imaginable. The conclusion was undeniable. 5 different people, separated by thousands of years, intentionally pieced together into one body. But why? One theory suggests Romans accidentally dug into an ancient grave and combined the bones for spiritual purposes. The more compelling hypothesis: this was a deliberate ritual to connect with those who walked the land before them. Whether superstition, religion, or something we can't comprehend, this wasn't random. This was intentional and absolutely chilling. The forgotten mummies in a California garage. California, 1980. A woman cleaning her garage opens an old cardboard box and screams. Inside, curled together like sleeping children, are 2 perfectly preserved mummies, a 15-year-old girl and a 1-year-old baby. Their hair intact, facial features recognizable. Police arrive expecting murder, but carbon dating reveals these bodies are nearly 1,000 years old, from around 1040 to 1260 AD.
When the sheriff arrived, he determined that this was not a recent murder, but was an ancient mummified body, and he had it brought to the San Diego Museum of Man.
The mystery deepens. How did ancient indigenous mummies from Mexico end up in suburban California? In 1966, 2 archaeology enthusiasts illegally crossed into Chihuahua, Mexico, searching for mummies in mountain caves. They found these 2 bodies, smuggled them back, and left them in a girlfriend's garage. Then both men were drafted to Vietnam. The war dragged on. The mummies sat forgotten for 14 years. When the men finally returned, they tried donating the bodies to a museum, except they never legally owned them. It's a story spanning 1,000 years, 2 countries, and 1 war, proving sometimes the strangest tales aren't about how people died, but the bizarre journey their remains take afterward.
When you first see the mummy, it's not clear how her position is arranged, but what we're seeing is the left shoulder here, her left hip, here's her leg, her left leg, her knee, and you can follow the leg down here to the anklets, which are made of cotton.
The cursed tomb that claimed lives. Deep in China's Gulong Mountain, 9 caves hold a secret that has terrified locals for 8 centuries. Inside one cave, massive coffins carved from hollow wood hang impossibly along sheer cliff walls. Each weighs over a ton. Everyone knows the legend. Disturb these tombs, and you'll pay with your life. The most chilling tale involves a grave robber who climbed into the cave, searching for gold. he found nothing. 3 days after returning home, he died suddenly under mysterious circumstances. The entire village was paralyzed with fear. From that moment, no one dared approach the cave. In the 1980s, archaeologists finally entered and discovered the coffins likely belonged to a Miao king, confirming a burial tradition dating back to the Neolithic period. But one question haunts researchers. How did ancient people, without pulleys or machinery, place ton-heavy coffins on sheer cliff walls hundreds of feet above ground? To this day, no one has a complete answer. The Stone Age mystery that challenges everything. Prague, Czech Republic. Archaeologists uncover a 5,000-year-old skeleton that rewrites what we thought we knew about Stone Age society. This man was buried with his head facing east, a position reserved exclusively for women. Water vessels, typically found only in female graves, surrounded him. He lay on his left side facing west, a posture never used for men. In Stone Age culture, burial customs were rigidly defined. Women received necklaces and bronze earrings. Men received weapons and knives. There were no exceptions, until now.
The finding is based on the way the prehistoric remains were discovered. The male skeleton was found buried on his left side with his head facing east and surrounded by household jugs. And this is how women were buried during that time. Men from the period were buried on their right sides facing west and surrounded by weapons and knives.
Researcher Kamila Remisova suggests this may be evidence of a homosexual, transgender, or gender nonconforming individual, someone whose identity was acknowledged even in death. This wasn't a mistake. Every detail was intentional. His community made a conscious choice to bury him according to female customs, suggesting a level of acceptance that challenges our assumptions about ancient societies. Even 5,000 years ago, there were people who dared to live differently. These discoveries prove reality is far stranger than any movie script. From ocean predators that inspired mermaid legends to deliberately assembled skeletons that defy explanation, our past is filled with mysteries that challenge everything we think we know. If these stories fascinated you, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss another mind-blowing discovery. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.